Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's 2nd down.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. He's out in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Play action now for Cousins. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Cousins. Got a man, it's Drake London. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
3rd and just 2 to go. Robinson on the inside give. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another 1st down at the 34. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Able to get it to Moore. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Cousins again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
3rd and long for him here. Got a man, it's London. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. From the left hash, 34 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. And his first pass falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught, it's Saquon Barkley. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A 19-yard pickup, and that's gonna move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he gets him around 6 there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Trying to get it with the option here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Slot receiver headed left. Hurts now on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. He'll get this complete to Pitts. It's a gain of 22. And the Falcons will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Tight end in motion left. Here's 2nd and 7. Into the hands of Pitts. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Zach Bond with the tackle.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Cousins now. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Eagles get to it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. On first down, Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. It's Dotson on the catch. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Complete beyond the marker. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And it sets up 2nd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. The kick by Hopkins is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you're looking for on the call sheet.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw for Cousins. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. It's a 3-3 game. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Out of the gun, Cousins. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw, Cousins. Pitts brings it in. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. This is ahead for about 5. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the pistol, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. A give left side. Here's Robinson. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Cooper to Jean with the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's 2nd and 5. Throw reeled in by London. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from the 41. On the give, here's Robinson. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now the give for Bijan. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. Fits it through the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Finds him over the middle. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Now Cousins again. He's got it. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. And And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Cousins. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. Drake London with the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the champ for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch, or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
3rd and long for him here. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Braden Mann out once more for another punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Finds the in route complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, there's going to be a missed assignment on somebody's grade sheet tomorrow. That read option game with the quarterback, there is always a defender that's responsible for the QB. That time, QB takes advantage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
On 1st down, Hurts rolling out to his left. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Sending a tight end in motion left. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
This one finds Goddard. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty. So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. Hurts throwing again. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurried throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. This throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
The number 26, Saquon Barkley. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker Jake Elliott for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Barkley trying this up the gut. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. A.J. Terrell making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? Here's 2nd and 14. That pass caught by Dotson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Running back, motioning right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Cousins. Look at all this time. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion is still pretty good for the defense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To the air, Cousins. He's got a man left. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Now Cousins on 3rd and short. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Staying with Robinson. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give to Barkley, left side. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He's got Smith. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
They run it with Saquon. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 2 here. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throwing for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Running back sent in motion. 3rd and long for him here. That's into the hands of Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Zach Bond with the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Robinson on the inside give. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Second and 6 now. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running it after the penalty. And he'll get it up to the 27. So 5 yards there, but still 1 in the hole. It's 3rd and 11.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
To the air, 3rd and long. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but 3rd down, that hurts even more. Gives him the 1st. This one finds Goddard. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Here's an option play to the left. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, search forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Saquon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 4th down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Cousins now. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Trying again following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He's gonna try to drop it in deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So out now comes the punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And a fair catch made here at the 17. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10. because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
Dialing up a receiver screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
On now comes their punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Quick slant into the hands of Pitts. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now the give for Bijan. Down to the 10. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it in close. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. He'll take this at the 10. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Able to get it to Barkley. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, we have seen the value of a big, physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
Still has some space inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Working quickly here. On first down, Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
A big spot for the Eagles now as they go for 2.
For the 2-point conversion.
Hurts throwing again. Getting out to his left. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Cousins. They did it! He made the interception! Cooper to Jean in to pick it off. And the Eagles have some new life in the 4th. First down throwing for Hurts. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll motion him out of the backfield. From the pistol, Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles have taken the lead late. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what
Yeah.
kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now here come the Falcons on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. New set of downs for him at the 38. Setting up to pass. Setting up the running back screen. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now. That one's caught along the left sideline. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles make the play that should win them this game. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And it might take these fans some time to get out of here with this wintry weather, Brock. Snowplows definitely needed out there on those roads. They can take all the extra time to celebrate in the stands with each other, waiting to leave as their guys get the winter win. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.